Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. We're in the hidden section of the basement again. Not at the spider area. For now I just left that dark to produce some wonderful spider sounds down there. As you can hear, because of the limit of 6 mobs of the spawner type near the spawner, I won't have to worry about that going and overpopulating the server. What I wanted to do was to take care of this little room right here. I put up the preliminary wall there, so I am going to need some sort of stair there to hide that section there, since we don't go quite all the way up, and obviously I don't want to go up onto the floor there. What I want to do here is, of course, first of all, give myself a little bit of a wall. But once I have this wall in place, I'm going to build this. Is going to be the hidden laboratory. Oh, look at that. That's the way outside. Alright, I suppose that should be too much of a surprise. So just plop that back there. Plop that there. This is going to be a hidden laboratory. This is also where I'm going to be putting my brewing stand. Yes, I know it's an out of the way location. Not the best spot from the point of view of convenience, but I can only afford one brewing stand at the moment. And the alchemist who used to live here, obviously he would have had all sorts of alchemical paraphernalia. And with that paraphernalia, it of course would have things like a brewing stand and all of that. And it looks like I'm going to have to slowly do this without letting too much water into my area. Good thing I decided to do the wall before putting up the brewing stand. My current thinking is to place a nether portal right here to get in and out of the nether, since that will be the source of many of the alchemical ingredients that he'll be needing. And a private nether portal sounds like something that this man will do. Now, unfortunately, right now, that nether portal is going to lead to a very inconvenient location. So I'm going to have to negotiate a bit with one of the neighbors to see if I can find a way to get there conveniently. So for the moment, I'll just leave that there. Now, we will need a workbench here, since I'm sure he could use one of those. And actually, the workbench might be a good place to put the brewing stand. And I went to the market and got myself a brewing stand, some blaze powder, some nether wart, also some sugarcane and pufferfish I got at my own locations. I didn't need. There you go for that. A little bit of blaze powder, and that'll get that all started up. We can use a chest, of course, for all our nice ingredients here. Pufferfish. Now, we do have to see about the nether wart. I have some soul sand here, and where would be a good place to have the soul sand? Because I'm wondering what would be else be doing with this place. Yes, I know that the smugglers are using this section here, put a line of beds here for it. But perhaps this section over here would be the secret nether wart farm, which means putting some soul sand over here. Now, I guess that the head of the smugglers might have decided to keep this here because he might see something valuable in the nether wart that's being grown here. And the smugglers are headed by an illusionist anyway, so perhaps he's going to try to take in a little brewing or something like that. Bit of a side light in there. But what I want to do now is to get a 16 by 16 area where we will have soul sand. And this will become our brewing section. Perhaps I'll just put these two pieces of dirt back so that we don't have to. There you go. Yeah, that'll be more like it. And I'll just create myself a nice nether wart farm here because I don't want to use up all my nether wart and say, I can't make any more potions. Of course, you put some of it into growing more nether wart. And this stuff starts growing pretty quickly. Before long, I have a nice bit of nether wart that I can use for brewing. At the moment, I have none for brewing, but I'm sure that will change soon. Well, I was getting the alchemical stuff. I was also getting some glowstone, and some of that might be used for alchemical purposes. But the main purpose of the glowstone will, of course, be to work with glowstone lamps so that I can take care of the lighting for the spider area, because right now I have that area dark just to add the sound. But in the long run, I'll probably want some lights down there so I could turn that on and off as needed. As for potions, I've got two types I'm thinking of at the moment. Some water breathing and some speed potions. I think those will be the most useful. With my going back and forth to this place constantly, I think some speed potions might do me some good. And water breathing, when I get to the ship proportion and to other things like this, that could have come in handy at some earlier stages in the game. Those are the two that I think I need the most, and they're also the ones which I have the ingredients most easily for. Now, while all that's going on, I need to take care of a desk for our alchemist here. I figure that dark oak might be a good color for a desk. I'll go up here, up there. So we get a good size for it. No, that'd be fine for the chair, but not for the desk itself. How about if I, of course, put a temporary block like that. There you go. And the alchemist would have been sitting right here then, doing whatever experiments he does. Yeah, I don't think the brewing stand would have been there. It would be nice to have a lectern where you could open up a book on the Philosopher's Stone showing the research that he's doing, but unfortunately lecterns are being added to their first snapshot. Maybe today there'll be a lectern in the very first snapshot for 1.14, but it'll be a long while before that hits this server, because that's not even announced for until 2019. There you go. We put a couple things there, and that could be his desk. Maybe we could find some way of decorating it with an item frame, but for now we'll just say this is where it is. The alchemist would have been there. That's where he died. I know. Died while looking for the Philosopher's Stone. Now, they weren't talking in the module about him looking for the Philosopher's Stone for gaining immortality, but after seeing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, you could... That's sort of the first thing that you think of with the Philosopher's Stones when you think of it these days. A little bit of one of those influences from Harry Potter. Now, we want the outer area here. And here is the next area. Now, this next area here is designed as a place you go into and that you have protectors to keep you from going in there. And there will be something which a wizard, an alchemist type, would have as protector. Now in D&D, they were using skeletons in here but it'd be rather expensive getting someone to bring in skeletons. So I was thinking that instead I could bring in an iron golem. Can I fit one in this room? It appears that we already have some harvestable nether wart. Our first nether wart in our little farm here. There you go. Ooh, that was a nice bountiful one. Good. So that's going to work. And that means we could actually start our brewing stand operation. We have our water bottles, we have our blaze rod. All we need is a little nether wart and we are in operation. I think you just do that, then you put in whatever ingredient you want for the second stage. Now, I would be needing some... Is it redstone I need? Yes, that's right. Redstone makes it last longer, and that's what I was thinking of doing for these things, because you don't want a short-term water-breathing potion. There you go. Now, for our golem, we will need iron blocks and pumpkins. I'll see if I could do this properly. 2, 3. This thing is going to be hard to get around, isn't it? I am going to regret this so much. Alright, there you go. Hired help. There you go. It's going to have trouble getting through or anything like this, but it was designed to be a guardian to keep intruders from getting through here. And that's exactly what it's going to be doing. We'll put this into there for now. And get some redstone. Ah, some redstone. There we have our potion of water breathing. I have a long-lasting potion of water breathing. I'll probably eventually get some glowstone after I've used whatever I need for lighting, just so I could have some extra powerful things if I were to have any healing potions or anything like that. But for the moment, we'll leave this at 8-minute potions of water breathing. That would be some nice stuff. Probably should carry one of these around me. And keep a few potions right here. Oh yes, concerning table decoration, I was just thinking that it would be a little creepy if we placed a chicken head there. And maybe here we put, not a spider head, we'll put a cave spider head there since I've got a lot of those. Yeah, what's the difference between the look of a spider head and a cave spider head anyway? I only have one spider head, though I guess at some point I'll have a lot more of these. Ah, alright. Grayer, bluish black it looks like there. There you go. But I figure some nice creepy stuff to add to the desk. And I'll be placing cave spider heads all over the house, I think, just to add to the creepy sensation. Now all I need are a few cobwebs. Though obviously not any place where I need to go. And this place might look properly creepy for Halloween. The next thing we have to worry about is the trim. Now the trim is going to have to be birch, simply because we have birch up there and we need to match the floor, since we have to match any slabs that are up on there. So I have to go all the way on here, get the birch in here. I probably would have preferred if it were a different material or if I didn't have any at all, but those were the choices I made at the start, and I don't think there is enough reason to change that at the moment for me to just go and toss out what I already did. Not too bad, I think it'll work. I just have to do that for the rest of the basement area, and all of that will be fine. Right now, I want to check out, see if I could do anything about the lighting in the spider area. Before I could do anything about the lighting, I will also need to do something about the position of the stairs. I think I'm just way too close to the door over here. What I'll do then is I will instead have this head down this way, and we'll move across there. That way we will get down this way gradually, and I'll reach it from this position, so I'll be much further back when I reach here, and that allows me some room in which I can maneuver. And over here I'll just close this off so that I will no longer have that as an option. I may have some small side area or something like that, but it'll no longer be a place in which I can navigate. Let's see, actually I don't want that there, so I'll just have to put this here. Cut this off here, so it'll turn a little bit like that. And we could go around like that. Good. I'll have to reshape that a little bit over time. And we'll have this. And now I have a good position where I can go, because before I was just... Well, the door's now in a pretty bad position. But I could always easily move the door. I can move the door right over here. Yeah, because I would like a place where I could go through and be able to head back with confidence. Therefore, we also have a new door position. And we don't need to throw away the sword. We'll just do that. Throw some cobble here. Good. I'll have to probably cobble that area also so that everything will match. Now, what I want to do about the lights is put the lights on the floor. And the best way I could think of doing that is to then go under here, create a little under area here, have that branch out. Because right now, I need to be able to have a cave under here if I'm going to create the lighting system, so I can get down there and actually insert the lights, because that's going to be the trickiest thing to do. So that means a good deal of mining, and probably doing it right here, because I don't want to have a big drop going out from where I'll be going from the door again. Downward! Here we are beneath the spider spawner, and I'll just replace these 9 locations. I've already cut out the slabs, so I'll just throw in a redstone lamp in it, and all I have to do is then find a way to turn them on and off. Of course, the easy thing to do is just put in 9 switches there, but I think there will be a much better way of doing it than that. So I'll put in a pillar at each one. It won't allow me to get feedback to see whether or not the lamps are lit. So I just have to be confident that it worked properly. The idea here is for me to run a redstone line in there, and I can't run a redstone line on the underside if I understand how it operates properly. which isn't a given considering that I am not an expert in redstone. But the idea of what I want to do here is then to power up these. Let's try placing a lever right here. And all I need after that is to have some redstone. And I think, well, no, that won't power that up. Right, I don't think that would power it up. Well, let's see if either of those does get powered, so I can remember how this operates. That one is on, but the other is not. Right. On my calculations, this will work if I had 3 wide, but if I have 2 wide as I have here, it doesn't work because I need to go down the center and then branch off each way. I'll probably need a couple of repeaters in there also, but that's another matter. So I'll take this down and move it so I'm able to have 3 wide. I'll just move these off, 1 in each direction, and it should still work. Here is the result. Going down here, I actually did not need any repeaters in this. I just put a switch here. This went out like this, and I just branch out each way. And in fact, that's actually redundant because I have 2 sets feeding into the middle there. Since obviously I need only 1 fitting into each of the middles. But let's see what we have here. We have all 9 of these lit. I have no torches in here. And as I was explaining all that, no spider spawned in here. So I either got it right or was not getting, just lucky in not getting any spiders during that time. Now, let's see what happens if I flip off the switch. I should start getting spiders. Based on the sound, I think I did get a few, which means I better be ready. And yep, spiders. Hello. Now, some of these spiders are getting confused. Oops. Aha! They were trying to trick me. That's it. I guess they're just waiting to attack. Oh. Aha! The skeleton was getting hurt because it was on the climbed up to the ceiling. There you go. And what is the light level here? Well, I am getting 3 spiders there, which means that the light levels must be about the right way. It looks lighter, though, than I thought it would. Oh. Okay. When you add the skeletons, it gets tougher. And there. Okay. Well, it works. And there we are. My spider's farm, so I could turn it on and off and just be able to control everything right from here. So we have our spider farm all nice and complete. Yes, it's not a classic make it super easy to kill them, but you know, I don't always do that type if you've been seeing my various other episodes on there. So that takes care of the spider side, and its main purpose, of course, is to create some ambient sound down here. And I managed to finish the Alchemist room, which is a very important part of it, since this is the person who built the dungeon in the first place. So I think that is it for today. And next time we have to go upstairs and start turning this house into something that's a little bit dilapidated. And that's where we'll start in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft, Welstopia.